I'm Isaac Rovner, and on behalf of Resideo Academy and the Pro IQ team, again, thank you for joining us for today's webinar. This is our in-app branding service. Pro IQ Essential will place your company's logo and contact information in the Resideo app, transforming it into a 24/7 digital calling card. This is a great fit for contractors of all sizes. The service is modern, and it's a digital approach to marketing and customer retention efforts. So what are we going to cover today? Let's take a look at our overview here. We'll talk about Pro IQ Essentials, what it is and how it fits into your business. We'll talk about the account setup and enrollment, how to enroll your business and your team. We'll cover the thermostat setup. Additionally, e-learning and resources. And at the end of the presentation, we'll open it up for a Q&A and take live questions. If you have questions along the way, feel free to place those in the chat and we'll answer them at the end of the presentation. Before we get started, I want to think about the landscape and what we're currently using to stay in touch with our customers, kind of our marketing strategies that maybe make your business stand out from the rest. Now, I do have some interactive polls here today. That link is in the chat. It's pollev.com/ProIQ. You can also join by text. Send ProIQ to the number 22333 to participate in the polls. So the first question, just to kind of open it up here and think about, again, kind of the landscape of the way we interact and stay in touch with our customers. What are some of the ways that you stay in touch with your customers? I know there's a lot of different ways, from print materials, flyers, business cards, truck wraps, to digital methods such as email, SMS communication, and other ways to communicate, like radio and TV. Or maybe you have another way to communicate. We know there's a lot of different methods we can use to help us connect and stay in touch with our customers. When I see, it looks like a large percentage here are using email. And I know, kind of the age we live in, right? With digital communication, it's often the preferred way that customers like to stay in touch. Great. And do you use service contracts with your customers? And this will kind of make a little bit more sense as we progress in our presentation today, and how this might fit into the Pro IQ solution. And we know that many companies do use service contracts, but we know that it's not always the case. And it looks like I do have some responses coming in here. They're just a little bit slow, but we know, you may or may not use service contracts. Just something to kind of think about, maybe even consider when you think about using the Pro IQ solution. Next question I have here is, what is your approximate advertising and customer retention spend as a percentage of revenue? And if we think about just the approximate spend and whatnot, this might help us kind of enter in the conversation of, how we can utilize Pro IQ and how its affordability can help us really increase our marketing strategy and help us stay in touch and contact with customers. And it looks like I do have some polls coming in here. It just might be a little bit of a lag here on our end due to the amount of participants. And my last question here is, what percentage of your customers use at least one Wi-Fi thermostat in your home? Now, since this program utilizes the Wi-Fi thermostat connection, it makes sense. If you're selling Wi-Fi thermostats and if your customers have Wi-Fi thermostats, this will really be a no-brainer to start to utilize this service and pair it when we're installing thermostats in our customers' homes. Awesome. So I see, yeah, we're kind of getting to that age there where A lot of the installs today are connected. So great to see that, at least half of our customer base here use at least one Wi-Fi thermostat in their home. Great. So kind of thinking about those questions here, kind of dig into where Pro IQ comes in. As an HVAC company, you really need to be in the right place at the right time. Really depending on many factors, such as the quality of the equipment, frequency of use, level of maintenance. Generally speaking, HVAC systems can last quite some time. While other systems may last longer than others, some may need to be replaced sooner. We know that regular maintenance of an HVAC system can help prolong its lifespan. We also know that neglecting to maintain an HVAC system can lead to reduced performance, increased energy consumption, potential breakdown, which will all contribute to more frequent service. And if service or equipment replacement is not the case, we know another opportunity is upgrading the customer into the connected space. Regardless if they call you for an upgrade or get a bit over their head when they purchase a thermostat at a retailer, you can use this service to brand both retail and trade model thermostats within the Resideo app. In some cases, the customer may have some type of contact information, but it might be outdated or lost, or even there might be a competitor information that they have, which won't allow you to connect with the customer directly, which leads us to our next slide here. Will your customers contact you when it matters most? Do they still have your latest card or flyer? And if they counter issue, do they have that print material? And as long as we're just talking about print material, we know that print material is not always the best solution in forms of kind of staying in touch with the customer. We know, first of all, not too environmentally sustainable. It can be inconvenient in some situations. Customers can discard paper or print material. There can be limited information and access, and increasing reliance on digital communication and the rise of social media, email, and other digital communication tools. Some people might just view business cards, flyers as outdated. The equipment sticker on their equipment may show an old number or maybe a competitor's. Did they forget they have a maintenance service agreement with you? So this leads us to the question, the digital world. What's a homeowner going to do in a time of need? Additionally, what does your online presence look like? We know homeowners use online reviews and other different platforms to help decide on them picking the right local HVAC professional and service provider before making a decision. So with Pro IQ Essentials, we can accelerate our response and equip your business with a smarter, more connected approach to customer servicing. We know digital technology has certainly changed the way that people exchange contact information. And if we take a look at the smart thermostat landscape, we're going to see a large growth of connected sales within the next 3 years. It's expected the demand for smart thermostats will continue to rise for a number of reasons. And if you're not already selling Wi-Fi thermostats, so many reasons to do so, including energy efficiency, cost savings, convenience, and increased comfort. And lastly, a competitive advantage. So let's open this up to the idea of going even beyond the initial install and selling Wi-Fi thermostats and getting the most out of a connected product install, which is why we're here today to talk about one of our solutions, Pro IQ Essentials. Pro IQ Services is an adaptable suite of intelligent, predictive software tools that are designed for the evolving digital home. With Pro IQ Services, you can take customer relationships beyond their traditional install repair lifecycle. Pro IQ Services is available as a monthly subscription at 2 levels to fit with your ambitions. Level 1, Pro IQ Essentials, and Level 2, Pro IQ Advanced. For this training, we'll be focusing on the Pro IQ Essentials. So what is Pro IQ Essentials? Well, Pro IQ Essentials will allow you to upload your logo to the customer's location so they can view your logo and contact, which will always be visible within the app. Eventually, customers will have an issue or will need to initiate some type of contact and will likely open their app and see your information. The Resideo app is the 24/7 smart calling card. This will also offer you increased brand recognition and visibility as users open their app several times per week. And in the event of an issue or service request, customers can contact you with the tap of a button. So upon completion of the equipment installation, you can invite your customers to stay in touch via the Resideo app, and your logo will be visible within their app experience. Let's take a look at how that's going to appear. So we can see here within the Resideo app, the homeowner view, they'll see your logo not only at the thermostat page, but also on the location. They can click the logo and access your contact information. And before we get into the different ways they can stay in touch, we can just talk about, right now, just to kind of, start the conversation, why a logo is really important, right? Brand recognition. A logo is the most important element of a customer or company's branding effort. It really helps customers recognize and remember a brand more easily. It adds another level of professionalism and differentiation. Additionally, it's added consistency as well. Logo is a really important part of maintaining consistency in branding efforts. And using a logo across different types of channels of communication helps reinforces your brand's identity and creates a consistent message for customers. So when the customer opens their app, and let's say they want to get in touch, they can click your logo, and a new window will appear for a way to get in contact with your company. They can click email. This will generate an email for the default mail program. They can click website, which will open a URL to the website of your choosing. And they can also hit phone, which will open the phone on their mobile device and allow them to be ready to give you a call. And Pro IQ Essentials is accessible with our Resideo Pro platform. With Resideo Pro, we get a lot of different features, such as homeowner handoff. You can invite homeowners to use their smart home app to jump right into the Wi-Fi setting, allow them to skip much of the technical process. Allows easier install for our technicians, allowing the technician to connect via Bluetooth and remove some of the complexities around different phone systems and routers. And then lastly, it gives you a direct connection to your customer. Your business will be linked to each home in Resideo's cloud, and we'll automatically keep track of the devices in homes for you, allowing you to keep in contact with your customers more seamlessly. The Resideo Pro app is available on the Apple App Store. Like I mentioned previously, we can use this to connect to devices via Bluetooth, easily configure, test, and use diagnostics. This is our professional-facing app, again, which allows installers to take advantage of some of the features that you see here today. We can access and create customer information from the Resideo app, and we can invite customers to take ownership and utilize Pro IQ Essential service. So how do we get started here? First, we're going to talk about the admin account setup. Now, this will show us at the Resideo landing page. We can scroll up to join or sign in. We'll click Pro Portal. If we already have a Pro Portal account, we can log in or click New User, create an account, and create an account. We'll fill out the credentials here, and this will just show kind of setting up the account. And keep in mind, this might not be needed for companies that already have a relationship with Resideo. So for those that have Pro Per account, this necessarily won't apply in this case. And if you need help, certainly reach out to our customer success team in case someone who might have set this up for you left the company or you need help with this information. Once the account information is filled out there, we'll agree to the terms and conditions. You'll scroll down, hit yes, and then hit accept. An email will be generated and sent to the email address that you used in your form. And you'll want to click the link in your email to sign in and complete the account setup. So you'll receive an email from the Resideo Pro team. We'll click the blue box there. And this will link us back to the Resideo Pro site. Now we'll sign in using the credentials that we generated there. So we'll enter our username or email and password, and then hit sign in. It will then prompt us to fill out the rest of the company information, and we'll receive another notification here that says company access request submitted. And this just goes through a quick review process, mainly to make sure that we don't have duplicate accounts. If you're a company that operates with several branches, we recommend one company per branch. And once approved, you will get a notification. Once your Resideo Pro account is created by the admin, next we'll set up app branding. And we can move on to actually setting up our logo and branding and subscription to the Pro IQ service. Once on the Pro website here, we'll click on services and subscriptions. And this is visible in two different locations. We can see here, we'll just click under services and subscriptions, view plans. And this will take us to the Pro IQ Essentials page, where we can add the subscription to our cart. When the shopping cart appears, click continue. And then in step 4, we'll enter our credit card information. Please note, you won't be charged at the time of checkout, as this is billed monthly. And once the purchase is made, we'll get a confirmation here that the payment information is entered into the system, and we'll proceed to complete the service setup. And we charge by location with the devices assigned to it. So there's only one part per location, no matter how many devices are associated with it. So for example, a full month of services for devices, if you have 0 devices, the bill is $0. For devices greater than 1, it'd be 99 cents per month. And even if you have more devices, for example, maybe 3 or more, or even more than that, still only pay 99 cents per month per household. So once we have the payment information entered and subscription completed there, this is where we'll enter our branding information within the service setup. We'll select complete service setup or services and subscriptions from the top of the navigation menu. This is how you want to be contacted. We'll select logo and services. And then next, we'll select a file and upload the company's logo in a SVG, PNG, or JPEG file. Next, we'll enter the customer service information. This is the information that's going to appear in app, so it's important you enter the correct number for your customer service team. It's a good idea to use contact information that makes sense to filter leads with this service. Additionally, we do have a recommendation on pixel size and aspect resolution for your company logo. Once this process is complete, we'll hit next and enter the requester info. Next, we'll hit click submit for approval. We'll get a confirmation that that approval is submitted, and we'll want to allow about 3 to 5 business days for review and approval. And you will receive contact when approved. We just use this process to make sure your logo is in the correct aspect ratio and the contact information is valid. So once we have the Pro admin account set up and complete the service setup for our contact information, next we'll add our technicians. Before we move on to the technical steps to actually enroll the thermostat, we first need to cover how to add our technicians in the field. This is a very simple process where you'll initiate the invite and the tech will fill out a form to accept the invite and create an account. And we can see this here. If we scroll down from the dashboard, we'll see invite team members, select invite. We'll enter the email address of the technician that we'd like to invite and select the role from the dropdown. Lastly, hit send. We'll get a confirmation that the invite is sent, and we can also invite additional employees if needed. This is what it's going to look like for the technician that receives the invite. They'll receive an email notification saying they've been invited to join the company name. They'll create an account and then log into the portal to confirm. Once they hit create an account, they'll sign in with the Resideo Pro account if they have an existing account, or select create an account. Next, they'll have a screen here if they select create an account to enter in their credentials. So this will lead steps to create an account. They'll enter in their name, for example, their email address, and create a password. Next, they'll accept the terms and conditions, and then log in to confirm the account creation. Once the technician has an account, they can access the Resideo Pro app. And if they're on a web browser, there'll be a step there that allows them to actually download the app on their mobile device, whether they're using an Apple device or Android. After downloading the Resideo Pro app, you can log in using either a mobile device or a tablet. So now that we have the app downloaded and the Pro has an account created, let's take a look at the thermostat setup and handoff. This will essentially cover claiming the home or location. And there's a number of compatible thermostats that can be used with this service, such as our T6 Pro, which includes our TH6320WF and our TH6220WF, our T10 Pro Smart, and our latest addition to the T-Series family, the T10 Plus Pro Smart thermostat. Let's first take a look at the T6 Pro Smart. And I will note that this is the same process in the event you use a retail T5 connected thermostat. Once the Pro logs into the app, they'll select Setup Product, and then select the product they'd like to install. The app will provide on-screen instructions to connect to the thermostat and start the process of the setup. We'll select Start Setup on the thermostat display and look for a network name on the thermostat display. Next, we'll long press the network name if BLE is not showing. And when we press and hold this network name, BLE should appear if it's not already on the screen. We'll confirm that it's displayed there, and a security code will appear. We'll enter the security code shown on the thermostat within the app and press OK, and the thermostat will start connecting to the mobile phone or device. And just note here, if BLE is not showing or we're having trouble with Bluetooth, we can also connect to the thermostat via Wi-Fi network if needed. We'll go through a connection process. It will discover the device, and we'll get a confirmation and a green check mark saying the thermostat is connected. Next, it will initiate the configuration to start the configuration of the ISU on the T6 or T5 thermostat. Once configured, we'll view a configuration summary, and this will walk us through the same traditional ISU that we had walked through on the actual thermostat itself. Next, we can enter diagnostics, which will allow us to test each stage of heating and cooling individually, as well as the fan. And with T6 Pro, we know we can also use with ventilation. So if the device does have IAQ equipment, we can test this as well right on screen of the device, and which is great because we can move around the customer's home, for example, the attic or the basement, and still have a direct connection to the thermostat when we're performing a system test, which makes it very convenient to test and make sure the system is working properly. Next, we'll go into the customer handoff. And this will lead us to customer invite. If a customer's information is already populated within the Resideo Pro app, we can search for customers or add a new customer at the time of the install. We'll verify the customer information, and then we'll receive a success message and a green check mark confirming an email and handoff has been sent to the customer. So what does this look like for the homeowner? The homeowner would then receive an email notification saying that their thermostat has been installed by your company, and they can download the app if they don't already have it created. Once the app is downloaded, they'll open the Resideo app and log in if they have an account, or create an account if they don't already have a Resideo account. If they don't have a Resideo account, very easy to create one. They'll enter their credentials, receive a verification code, and confirm that with the code sent via email. Once the customer creates an account and logs in, see their location, click Add Device, and receive a pop-up that says a Pro Invitation, and it will say the company name and that the thermostat's been installed, and to proceed to the next steps to connect to the home Wi-Fi network. We'll hit Connect, and then we'll enable the location. Next, the homeowner will be prompted to enter a PIN shown on the thermostat, and then the thermostat will initiate the connection to the mobile phone or device. Next, we'll confirm the configuration, and the configuration will already be done because this was done during the actual Pro setup. So all they need to do is actually just confirm the configuration and select Next. Once the configuration is confirmed, they'll connect to Wi-Fi. They can select the network or add a network if the network is hidden. Once they select the network or enter their credentials for the hidden network, the thermostat will begin to initiate the connection to the home Wi-Fi network. After this connection is successful, they'll receive a message saying, "Congratulations, your installation is complete." They can click Done to complete the installation and control the thermostat. So they'll select Done. And the last message they'll receive is saying that due to your relationship with the company name, the logo will appear in their app, and they'll get a sneak peek of that logo before they proceed. Hit OK to finish the setup. So pretty easy process there. Again, showing the T6, T5 thermostat connection, Pro setup, and the homeowner experience and handoff. Next, let's take a look at how we can do this with the T10 and T10 Plus Pro thermostat. And like I mentioned with the T6, and this being compatible with T5 as well, just like we saw with that thermostat, is also compatible with retail thermostat, which is the T9 thermostat. So this also applies to the retail T9 model as well. Let's take a look at how that app setup is done for the professional when using a T9, T10, or T10 Plus thermostat. Once in the app, we can scroll down, hit Setup Product. We'll select T9, T10 Plus Pro Wi-Fi Thermostat. It will prompt us to install the thermostat on the wall and complete the setup on the device's screen. Select Next. We'll open the menu on the thermostat, select the thermostat information option, and then scroll down to the bottom to reveal a QR code. If we don't see a QR code, it will allow us to enter the MAC address manually. So you can see here, it opens the camera. We're on that thermostat information screen. It will scan the QR code, and then we can add the customer from the list that's populated below, or like shown here on the screen, we can enter the customer information as well at the time of the install. We'll enter the customer information. And again, if this information was already added by the admin prior to the install, we can just easily select the customer name and make this a little bit simpler and the setup process a little bit faster. However, you can see here, it doesn't take too long to create the customer information as well if you're on the spot. We'll give the location a name, enter the address, and fill out the field below. I would note here that the customer needs to change any of this information. They can also change the location information at any time within the Resideo app. So you can see here, we'll just kind of finish entering that customer information, location information, enter the zip code or postal code, and lastly, hit Next. We'll verify that we have the right contact information, select Next, and we'll get a confirmation that an email has been sent to your customer to complete the process of the setup. So what does the rest of the setup kind of look like here? Now, what's not shown is the confirmation email. However, kind of think back to the T6, T5 setup. Very similar process. They'll receive an email. They'll open the link there to download the app and create an account. And once the app is downloaded, they'll go through the process to add the thermostat. So this will show us actually just kind of skipping that process with the app already downloaded, selecting the Resideo app, and then selecting login. The customer will enter their credentials. They'll enter the email address they used. Additionally, the password. And select login. Next, we'll click Add Device. And they'll receive the Pro invitation just like we saw with the T6, T5 setup as well. We'll hit Connect. Select the location that was created. And follow the prompts on screen within the app. Click Yes. If there's a QR code on the screen, we can scan that, or we can connect to the thermostat using the Wi-Fi connection as long as the device is on the same network that we connected to at the actual physical thermostat. And the T9 and T10 Wi-Fi connection is all done on screen at the actual physical thermostat. The app will look for the thermostat. And again, as long as we're on the same network, it should be able to find the thermostat to continue with the setup. So we'll find the device, we'll confirm that it's the correct device that we'd like to add. We'll hit yes. A 4-digit verification code will appear on the thermostat display, and we'll enter that code within the app. It will take us to registering the device. This can take just a few moments here, but generally it's pretty fast. This is the part where it's actually syncing with the Resideo cloud and registering it to the location. And we'll just give it a moment here. And then once the registration is complete, we'll receive a message indicating the connection and registration was a success. It will give us a message saying the thermostat is registered and successfully connected, and we'll receive the same disclaimer that we looked at with the T6, T5 setup, showing that due to your relationship with the company or the installer, the logo will be presented within the app. So that will show us kind of, again, just the setup process of the actual thermostat and actually claiming the location and device. Next, let's take a look at the admin tools. So in the initial part of the presentation, we talked about creating an admin account and inviting team members and uploading the company information and logo. Admins also have some additional tools, which we'll review now. So on the Pro Admin site, one of the first things we can take a look at is our dashboard. So we can go to Pro IQ Services, go to Dashboard. And the first thing we'll see here is our customer dashboard. Now, this allows us to view branded locations, and we can filter by time period. For example, this shows within the last 7 days, or we can click the drop down and select the last 30 days. We can also go to logo and service info. This is where we could actually change the logo or edit our contact information if needed. If we hit request a change, we can then edit the information, and this will send a request to change any of the information for that contact info there. Lastly, there's also FAQs. So if there's some simple questions that maybe might help you guide you in the right direction, those are also available within this dashboard as well. Next, let's take a look at the customer account details. So this is the account lookup and view. We can search for contacts and accounts by name or email. We can view customer details, location, devices, and services. Now, to make the installation more efficient, we can add customers. See here in the top right-hand corner on the image on the left, prior to going to the job site. So your technician already has the customer information within the Resideo Pro App ready to go. However, again, you can always add customer information on the spot if needed as well. And we know this is a great feature to have because sometimes we'll be on the job site, customer may not be home, or the customer who needs the primary access might not be available to provide that information. So having this beforehand, again, makes that process a lot more efficient. Adding customers is really simple. We'll just enter the customer information, their location, and we'll receive a success message confirmation that the new customer account has been added. And the customer added via the portal will automatically sync with the technician's Resideo Pro App. So now that we covered kind of the initial setup of the admin account, covering how to subscribe to the service, add your branding and add your technicians, how to actually go through the process to connect to the thermostat and claim devices, and a little bit of the admin tools, let's talk about the support and resources that we have available for you as well. So Resideo Academy offers a few different ways to get in touch with learning services here, such as on-demand, micro-learning lessons, hands-on training, and we also have comprehensive learning experience as well. For Pro IQ, we offer on-demand self-paced learning for techs and admin. So you can see here, Pro IQ Essentials for technicians, and they can easily access this through the Resideo Academy web portal or the iOS and Android app. Now, before registering for training, if you already have a Pro account, follow these steps in order to set up your access into the Resideo Academy platform. We'll log into the Pro Portal dashboard. We'll look for the Resideo Academy tile and then select Register for Training and complete and submit the required form. You'll now be able to access the platform by clicking Go to Resideo Academy. And this will take you to the Resideo Academy page. Now, if we're using this in an app or on a mobile device, it will give us a pop-up here that will prompt us to install the app to make the experience even easier. If we have the app already downloaded, we can click Resideo Academy, and if not, we can select the OS App Store icon if needed to download the app, and then open the Resideo Academy app. And lastly, sign in. And we'll sign in using the Pro account credentials that were created previously. Now, if we're using the web browser, very simple as well. We'll click the sign in option in the top right-hand corner, and we can directly log into the Resideo Academy via a desktop computer by going to academy.resideo.com, and again, clicking that green sign in icon at the top right of the page. And then next, we'll click Pro Portal ID at the bottom, and then enter the credentials associated with the Pro Portal account and hit sign in. Now we have two e-learning options within our Resideo Academy platform: Pro IQ Essentials for administrators and Pro IQ Essentials for technicians. And this will cover the steps that we talked about today in depth and kind of go through, again, the steps to create an admin account and set up the Pro IQ Essential service for your admin, and also the steps for the technician to claim the devices within the field. And if you do have questions with anything related to Resideo Academy, you can always reach out to support.academy@resideo.com. And for support with Pro IQ, we do have a dedicated support team, our Pro IQ customer success support, available by phone and email. So now that we covered, again, kind of the initial setup, claiming the device, and the homeowner handoff, we'll open it up at this time for a Q&A.
Thanks, Isaac. Hey, everybody. I haven't introduced myself yet, but I am Adam Bestall. I am on our channel marketing team, and I've been monitoring some of the questions that have been coming in. So we'll just go ahead and get started. If you've got other questions as we're going through these, go ahead and pop them in the chat. The first question is, will Pro IQ Essentials work with Total Connect Comfort, i.e. Focus Pro, Vision Pro, Prestige, etc.?
Yeah, at this time, Pro IQ Essentials is only compatible with the T-Series, T6 model, and T10 thermostats, also including the retail versions of those thermostats as well.
One thing I will add to that too is that we are exploring additional devices in the future, like our water leak detectors. Next question is, what if the Pro is installing a zone system with multiple T-stats?
Sure. So we only bill by location. So if there's multiple thermostats, we're only paying for one subscription per household, and certainly can work with a zone system with multiple connected devices.
Next question. What is the cost for Pro IQ Essentials, and how often will I be billed? I know we talked about that a little bit, but I think it was maybe in just a couple of different points in the presentation. So if you could maybe just cover kind of in summary the cost and how often I'll be billed.
Sure. So it's 99 cents per location per month. Great question.
Yeah. And then I'll just add to that too, is that billing will occur monthly from when homes are started to get claimed and activated. So if you are claim a home through the thermostat setup process halfway through the month, then you would only be billed for that half of the month that the service is active, not the entire month. So it is prorated.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will add too, you know, when you're thinking about the monthly service costs here, you know, it's up to you to kind of decide whether we kind of include that within the service agreement or how we kind of can pass that cost along to the customer, or use that cost, you know, within our marketing or advertising budget as well. So a number of ways to kind of figure out how we'll kind of pay for that plan there.
Next question is, can pros claim already registered devices on their service visits?
Once the device is claimed, the device will not be able to be claimed by another professional. If the device is claimed and we need to unregister it essentially from the service, feel free to get in touch with our support team and we can certainly assist with that request if needed.
I'll add on to that just a little bit too, is the initial offering for Pro IQ Essentials is on new equipment installs only. But we are working quickly on getting retroactive claiming so that you can make claims during service calls as well. And we hope to have that live soon. Next question, will the homeowner have the option to turn off the service?
Yes, they can turn off the service within the app. However, pro information will still be accessible via the thermostat menu. And they click on My Pro to see the contact information. So your contact information will remain in the app, but yes, the logo can be turned off, toggled on or off as desired.
What if the pro has more than one branch or location?
Sure. So I think in this case, we recommend you can have multiple accounts, totally fine. We recommend having an account for each essential branch to manage the customer base for that particular location.
Yep, and I'll add on to that one as well too. So just to put a little more context around that, each branch, they can manage their own customers, and if they happen to have a different look and feel to their logo, they can load that. Or certainly they would very likely have different contact information that they would want to load. So there is that flexibility there as well. We've already talked about this a little bit, but I'll ask it anyway. Can pros change their logo and contact information? I'll even answer that one. Isaac, you covered that already, but yes, as you saw in the pro portal, you can go ahead and obviously there is an initial process to get everything loaded, but then at any point in time, if you have a change in logo or contact information or anything like that, that's easily accessible within the pro portal to go ahead and make any updates that you want to make. Is there a waiting period after a pro has submitted their logo?
Yes, there is a short period that takes just a short amount of time to confirm that logo and contact information. Once that's confirmed, the user will receive a confirmation request indicating that it has been confirmed.
Okay, and last question I'm seeing right now is, where do pros go to sign up?
Sure. So we kind of covered that in the beginning of our presentation. If we go to our Resideo landing page, we can select the pro portal. We can access that directly via the pro portal website. And there'll be a login or registration option showing there. Either log in using your existing pro portal account or create a new account if needed.
And then I think one final question, and we covered this right at the tail end, but who do I contact with questions or additional support? I'll go ahead and field that one as well. You can reach out to your local territory manager or sales rep, but additionally, we've got a dedicated phone number and email box for all Pro IQ service offerings. We'll send this recording out so everybody will have this as well, but I'll just mention it now too. The phone number is 1-855-539-4373. And the email address is proiqsupport@resideo.com. ProIQ support as in basically all one word.
Yeah, great question.
And then we had just one other question come in the chat here, and it looks like it's been answered live, but is there any way to build customers directly? And the answer is not at this time. It's the pros, up to the pro to decide if they would like to pass the cost on to their homeowner via a maintenance service agreement, or if they want to use any of their marketing funds. If they want to shift some of their funds around from some of the existing marketing efforts that they're putting in place to put to this, they have that as well. But long story short, it's completely up to the contractor's discretion how they want to handle the any kind of pass-through charges.
Absolutely, yeah, another great question there.
Okay, and that is all of the questions.
Great. Well, next time, let's see here. I think that's all the questions that we got here. Just want to thank everybody again for joining us today. Again, if you need any further support, please feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to assist. But again, thank you for joining us and have a great rest of your day.